What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Civilization 5. We've got a new AI only battle today. It's been a while since we did one of these more traditional TSL ones, but as you're probably about to see, this is not particularly something we're used to. So my initial idea was we were going to just make the continent smaller, and I thought that actually didn't really seem to make any sense. So what I've done is another idea I've had, and we have put some giant rivers through the continent, sort of separated them into like mini continents to sort of split up the action, sort of prevent some of the civs that are sometimes super dominant, maybe being dominant. And yeah, just seeing what happens. So we've basically just put some giant rivers through some of the continents. They look very weird. In some areas, particularly Europe, I've tried to make it like the natural points that you'd connect. So like the Black Sea is now connected like through the top of Greece, or the Balkans are cut off. I'll show you in a second, but yeah, like from Denmark it cuts all the way down to Italy and stuff. And then in some places I've just had to, completely make things up and put them in. But hopefully it's an interesting one. There is 42 civs. There was one more civ in South America, but things went a little wrong there, so they're gone. So we're down to 2. But that should be okay. They're going to be sort of in their own separate game, pretty similar to Australia, just doing their own thing, making sure that no one colonizes it and gets too strong. And obviously if they do really well, that's fantastic too. We are on Deity difficulty. Is there anything else? We're on quick speed, but yeah, Deity difficulty, domination only, all the normal stuff. And yeah, it is the map with the enhanced or larger Europe. First of all, we'll start with North America. There is no Iroquois because they've been doing so well in all the games recently. And Canada doesn't work on this map, so we've thrown away the Iroquois. And we've mountained off this area so that no one takes too much of an advantage of that. So yeah, this area has been mountained off. No one can use this tundra. It's not super valuable land, but it'll at least stop someone just running away with it and getting all those extra cities. America's in their normal spot. I've moved the Sioux a little bit away from the Shoshone. Here's the Shoshone. And as you can see, we have our first river running straight through, I guess, kind of like San Francisco, maybe, sort of area. Obviously, this is huge by river standards. I've used sea tiles to make it more interesting instead of rivers, but yeah, and it just cuts through north of Texas into the Gulf of Mexico. So you can see what I mean, hopefully, but I've tried to make them somewhat make sense. Here would have been another good one, but I didn't want to completely cut California off. So they're here, then there's Texas and the Aztecs. Then we've I don't know what this is. Hopefully once I reload the game for episode 3, that'll probably just disappear, so don't worry too much about that. I don't know, yeah, it's a little bug, but whatever. We've got this huge open space here. I just thought, why not? I might put it back, to be honest. In fact, yeah, I will probably... I don't know. No, we'll leave it for now. Maybe. The Inca are then here, and Brazil is here, and then there's just a giant... I didn't know how to split South America, so I just went for this. It's a bit of a mess. Essentially, I just tried to avoid getting rid of the wonders and the resources, so I just sort of ended up with this. Didn't want Brazil being too big, and hopefully the Inca can do okay with their little slither on this side. But yeah, I don't really know what's going to happen here. Worst case scenario, we just forget about this part of the map. That was just, I didn't really know what to do. Across to Africa, we've got plenty of civs actually, probably the most populated continent. Asia's a little less populated because of how many, I've put more rivers in and stuff. Carthage, Morocco, Mali, Songhai, Garamantes, Benin, and the Congo on this western chunk. And as you can see, we've got this giant river coming from the Mediterranean. I don't remember making it this wide. Oh no, it's because there's already a dip here, and then I've added this, I was going to say. But yeah, pretty big river coming down, and then cutting off here, which is hopefully to sort of like stop the Zulu or Rhodesia just getting really big and taking out the Congo. So there is a bit of logic behind it. Then you've got Burundi, so they're going to be even better protected now than normal. Mercuria, I moved away from Egypt. Ignore these, I'll move those in a second. Let's get rid of those now. I did not realise they were still here. There we go, delete these units, get rid of them. That was just, I tried my deleting unit method that worked last time, but that just didn't work this time, so I don't know what happened there. Ethiopia's here, Egypt's up here as normal. I cut off and opened up this as a coastal like port, so we're not reliant on anyone settling it anymore, it's just open. Then we have the Middle East, Arabia, Babylon, Byzantium. Here there's a lot of changes. So first up we put a river through Persia, because Persia's not in this game this time. Up here, we've then connected the Caspian Sea as like the central point, connecting it to the Black Sea, which obviously cuts off Europe from Turkey or Anatolia. And then we've also connected the Black Sea around the Balkans to the Adriatic Sea. So Greece is on its own little plateau, and Byzantium has all this potentially to themselves. Then we have Europe, Rome in Italy. This is all normal. Spain is here, France is here. We have a big river thrown from Italy up to where there's like a cut in sort of a dip in Denmark, and that's what we used, sort of a natural mark to this river. So we have France, Britain, just on Britain. Scandinavia is empty because we have a limit on civs. Then we have Germany and Poland, Russia and Attila on this part. We have the river then flowing up from the Caspian Sea towards the top to keep Mongolia and Russia separated and from getting too big and give them each a fair share of the land. And then we have this river that just goes all the way through Asia towards where we have the Jar, who have already taken control of this. So yeah, I mean, if the civ is big enough, it's going to be difficult to control these canals because obviously, you know, it's one tile wide, so lots of civs may block the way. So I'm not going to expect someone to have complete control. But in theory, a giant civ in Asia could one day just send a load of boats right into the heart of Europe, essentially. Like, you can go the whole way around as well, so that's quite interesting. But like I said, the borders won't make that super easy. We have Mongolia, China and Korea in this sort of North Asian chunk. I don't even know what to call it. And then we have the Khazar, who I moved across from the Huns. India in their usual sort of spot. Siam as well. The Jar, as I mentioned, just moved down onto this southern part. Japan just here. And no Indonesia, sadly, not enough space. And Australia's here, and I didn't want to leave them left out, so I've cut them off from the western chunk for now, but I'm sure they will still be the civ to get a hold of that. So yeah, we'll get through some turns now, probably not too many in the next 9 minutes, but then we'll have to make our picks, so it's going to be difficult. But it is Deity, or Deity, however you want to pronounce it. I don't know if there's a correct way, I guess probably is. But yeah, we will see some second cities being settled this episode. Everyone's got that second settler already, so it's not going to take too long to see those. So hopefully we'll see those pretty soon. Here we go. Next turn. None yet. I'm just using the mini-map. But yeah, I'm hoping this game is going to be America's game. There's no Iroquois. This is their moment to shine. Surely this is their time to do well. Okay, right, so China getting us underway. The first civ with 2 cities, just going south a little bit with Shanghai. France also getting a second one, pushing and cutting off the channel there. Germany also cuts off this river system with the city of Hamburg. Anyone else? Russia's just grabbed a second. St. Petersburg as they move sort of southeasterly. Attila's going northwards. Okay, India and Siam both grabbing theirs, both moving south. The Songhai with theirs here in Western Africa, probably one of the most condensed parts of this map. And the Inca have also moved southern with their settler as well. Carthage with theirs, sort of following the coast. Spain settling Barcelona. Bit more south than normal. Normally they actually get it like spot on. So there you go. They've actually moved this time. Maybe the map changes have influenced that. Probably not, because they have not discovered those changes yet. But some of these changes might be... Oh wow, poor Zulu. Hopefully they'll get out of this okay. Congo settling along the river as well, as is Mercuria. We'll probably see Benin do something soon. But yeah, a lot of these civs are going to be very packed in early on. And hopefully there'll be lots of wars as a result. Japan and Korea grabbing theirs. Japan obviously sticking to their island. Korea moves for the south, which is always a safe place for them to settle. They should not... If I was them, I'd recommend like going north. And I say if I was them, I might be playing as them pretty soon. So don't worry. We might see this. Them and the Zulu, one of them as a TSL Let's Play is coming soon. And I guess both of them eventually. But Korea, yeah, I mean, surely you'd settle up here and know that you could come back for this later on. Like, that would be my approach, but whatever. Rome, with their second city here, a nice little shortcut, I guess, through there. Could be useful. Some of this, I'm really interested in what Byzantium can do from this position. They've got all of Greece to themselves, basically, and all of this area that Greece normally has. They'll have Anatolia. And then they've got to, at least early on, hang with Babylon and Arabia, and then maybe, you know, they can be a very good coastal civ, and be involved in what's going on in the sea. No second city yet for the Jar. Doesn't look like they're working, to be honest. That's a bit sad. Hopefully they get something underway. I don't know what they're doing. Looking a bit confused at the moment, so hopefully they do get something underway. Sometimes they snap out of it, so we can hope. Mongolia did grab their second city. Who else? Poland has not done much, although they are now moving towards Moscow with their settler. Brazil has not really done too much. They're just pretty calm, I guess. They haven't actually met anybody just yet. It's only been 7 turns, bear in mind. So, feels like it's been a bit longer with all the cities, but no, it's only been 7. Attila just moves along this river, cuts it off, takes a bit of the tiles. I mean, these will be good, I guess. Extra 1 food. Actually, that's not that great, I guess, but I don't know. There's also no resources in these rivers, so there we go. Well, actually, there is crab here, but I think that was like already the coast, so that's a bit different. Britain yet to settle. Some of these civs just taking their time. Morocco yet to settle, although they have one out there. Mali's grabbed a second city. Everyone in North America's got one, so let's go have a look at that. Oh, Brazil did just grab Sao Paulo here, which will be near to El Dorado. And yeah, let's quickly go up and have a look at North America, just because it has been done. I always forget how close Japan is on this map. The Shoshone moved to the west coast, so that's a good move. They'll get access to the Pacific Ocean. California settled San Francisco along this river on its southern bank. Shoshone also pushed onto this river. Texas is not yet settled. The Aztecs are moving northwards, and that's great from them considering they've got all of this to the south to still go and grab in the future. The US went north with the city of New York, so there we go. That's how that's looking in that continent. Egypt also grabbed Memphis, so they are going to be in the Mediterranean. Nothing yet from the 2 Middle Eastern civs, Babylon and Arabia, but it looks like Arabia is about to settle. We saw Congo with their 2, Burundi with 2 of the most difficult to conquer cities in the world right there. That is brutal. Shaka's going to get his second. That's good news. Benin has already cut off the Congo here, so I'm sure we'll see a war between them, but there's enough space here for the Congo. We'll see what happens. Morocco grabbed Rabat, moving to their east, and I think that is it for now, unless someone else is going to grab a new city at some point. There's a few who are still on 1. Britain, Shaka just settled here, so everyone in Africa I think's now got 2. Morocco putting theirs down. I think, Ethiopia's got 2. So, okay, Texas just grabbed their second as well, moving west between the mountains and sort of, that stops the Aztecs pushing any further north, so probably a good move there. Now, I do want to just stress, this isn't going to be super balanced. I've probably made some mistakes with the rivers that I've put in. Some civs are just going to have a really rough time. I do apologise. But yeah, I mean, some will have a good time. Hopefully, things will be different. But, we'll see. We'll find out, and hopefully it's an enjoyable one. But yeah, we're sort of start time, maybe start thinking about your picks. I know it's very early, but I guess that makes the pick very satisfying if you can get it right. I've had a few that I've got my eyes on. Obviously, I always pick who I want to win and never who is going to win, and that's a problem. But whoever I pick tends to die after 2 episodes, so I feel bad picking sometimes. But we'll pick somebody. I will. Britain did just settle right up in Scotland. That's pretty big. Normally they go into Wales, but there you go. Straight up there with Birmingham. Byzantium has settled Adrianople, and there you go. So that locks off all of this land essentially for themselves. I mean, it's only coastal water, so we will see civs in it fairly quickly, especially on quick speed, deity difficulty. It shouldn't take them too long to be able to go into this water and cross over it. It's not like the deep water here. It is all just the shallow water, so they should be okay. So yeah, I'm sure, Rome, that went a lot further than I was expecting. Rome could easily get over here. There's 4 elephants, they're chilling. There we go, someone's going to be the ivory king of the world, that's for sure. Arabia did grab a second city down here, but Babylon is yet to settle, but they look like they might have the biggest capital, so that's pretty good, although Thebes is at 6. I mean, I was going to say that's not really a good plan, because this settler is free. You've already got it. It's not eating into your capital's growth or anything. So that seems like a bit of a waste. Got my eyes open for a very early 3rd city, but I haven't seen any yet. Australia have grabbed their 2nd, Melbourne on this coast. So I think that is everyone except a couple of them. The Khazar haven't really moved. They are doing things, which is a good sign. The Jar are moving now. I don't know where their settler is. What did you do? Okay, they've not moved their settler, but they are moving. So they've snapped out of it. They look like they're doing something. That's okay. I think sometimes it takes, if Siam came near them, maybe that triggered them to move. So yeah, sometimes Khazar and the Jar mods that have been moved, things can go wrong. Sadly, yeah. I mean, there's not much. I can't fix it. The only fix really is to use different civs. So that's not really a logical solution. Ethiopia has founded the new religion, Eastern Orthodoxy, so that's our first religion, and Mali is the first civ with 3 cities. But yeah, Ethiopia with a religion, nice and early, and then we see Arabia with the Temple of Artemis, which I think is going to give them extra food growth, I think. And then the Aztecs with the Great Library, so that's going to be a good scientific start for Montezuma here. And as we hit only turn 20, I'm now going to ask you to make your pick on who you think will win this game. Oh my goodness, Spain forward settling France right there. That is pretty crazy. We're starting to see some third cities around the map. Korea has also grabbed their third up here in Jeonju, and Siam now also has 3. So yeah, the Jar, maybe it's not that important if they do well. Siam taking the space up already, that's fine. Is there anyone else? I just want to make sure we don't miss anything. Let's go over the map quickly. 2 for the Shoshone with a 3rd settler. California's here, they've got a settler up. Texas has got 2 settlers ready to go. Sioux, America, Aztecs. Down here, the Inca have got their 2 cities. Brazil have got 2 and a settler. Africa looks very packed in this game. Zulu already with a ton of units. Rhodesia have got a settler. Congo have got a settler. Burundi's here. Mercuria with a settler. Ethiopia, Egypt. Then we've got Carthage. The Garamantes have not yet settled a 2nd city. A bit concerning. Morocco, Mali with a settler. Songhai and Benin here. Congo's here as well. Again, you're giving everyone a good look so they can make their pick. Spain with 3 cities, France with 2, Britain with 3 pretty soon, Germany with 2, Poland about to get their 3rd, Rome have a settler as well, so they will have 3 pretty soon, Byzantium with 2, Russia with 2 and a settler, Attila with 2, Khazar sadly only with 1 so far, India with 2, Arabia 2, Babylon 1 and a settler, Siam with 3, the Jar with 1, China with 2, Mongolia with 2, Korea with 3, and Japan with 2, and then there is Australia down here as well, who are about to get their 3rd. My pick, I'm torn between, going for an out there pick. I mean, I'm going to go with the US. Come on, you got this, guys. This is your time. Please, for once, if any Civ could do something, I would love to see America have a good AI game, but that probably won't happen. But there we go. I'm going to pick America. Also, if I jinx America, I won't feel as bad about it because the AI sucks. I can just blame it on them anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this episode. As always, if you have enjoyed, be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one.